Moving on to our next technical session, the topic on research skills for teachers by Dr. Megha Upalle ma'am, Professor and Head, Department of Education and Extension, Savitribai Phule Pune University, Pune. First, let me introduce Dr. Megha Upalle ma'am. She has a diploma in computer science, MA PhD in education, and MSc PhD in physics. Her professional experience is in the state education. Her research interest includes science and mathematics education, measurements and evaluation, environmental education, educational psychology, and inclusive education. She has nearly 29 years of extensive teaching experience. Ma'am has mentored a number of PhD, MPhil, and MA students. She has a number of academic publications in international and national journals. She is also the author and co-author of number of books. On an ALA short-term fellowship, she traveled to Austria for an inclusive education project. She is presently serving at a different administrative bodies like Member of Academic Council Savitribai Phule Pune University Pune, then BOS Member Chairperson Administration and Evaluation Board SPPU Pune, BOS Member BAM University Aurangabad, SRTM University Nanded, SNDT University Mumbai, then Punyashlok Ahilyabai Holkar Solapur University Solapur, Spicer Adventist University Pune, member of IQAC SNDT College Pune, member of Research Council YCMOU Nasik, member of DRC Shivaji University Kolhapur, and member of DRC and RR Committee SNDT College Pune. On December 16, 2017, she received the Maharashtra State Secondary School Teacher Educator Award for the first best teacher educator. I would like to congratulate ma'am on her accomplishments and honor. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you very much.
You are host now, ma'am. You can share your screen.
Thank you very much for kind words used in my introduction. Thank you, madam.
Thank you.
Now allow me to share my screen.
Yes, ma'am.
Is it visible to all of you?
No, ma'am. Ma'am, first open your presentation and then share.
Okay. Is it visible now?
Ma'am.
Yes, madam.
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am. Yes.
Okay, thank you very much.
Madam, make it slideshow now. Slideshow mode.
Yes,
Is
ma'am.
it okay now? Now it is okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, first of all, I would like to thank uh, Principal mm, Principal Sir, Pathak Sir, who is coordinating this program, and also all dear participant teacher friends. A topic given for today's session is teachers as researchers and research skills required for teachers. Friends, as teachers, we are doing a number of experiments in our classrooms because, as Ramsden says, the aim of teaching is simple. It is to make students' learning possible. And you all know, of course, we all know that even if written as teaching is simple, teaching is not so simple that we all know, because making students learning possible requires number of efforts and hard work from teacher's side, that we all are aware about it. To teach is to make an assumption about what and how the student learns. Therefore, to teach well implies learning about students' learning. So, this process of first learning is a continuous process for teachers for their successful teaching, which reflects in their students' learning. So, this definition is very important for all of us, since we know that the task of teacher, when we are talking about teachers in higher education, this task has many dimensions. For example, we have to take care of and we have to take care of provision of broad context of knowledge, and this is related with the expectation, that is which will reflect in terms of students output, that is students should think carefully and critically and express their thoughts in an organized manner. So all these are assumptions which are connected to the context of knowledge which we share in our classrooms. And for this, of course, there is a need of creation of proper learning environment, which is a whole responsibility of we all, that is teachers, creating conducive learning environment. Now, if we are saying this term proper learning environment, it involves constant monitoring, and reflecting on the process of teaching. So we teachers are supposed to be engaged every day, every time, with this monitoring and reflecting, with which is related with our students' learning. Now, constant monitoring is not related with only teachers teaching. It is of course related with students understanding, constant monitoring and reflecting on students learning. So this is a process which goes hand in hand, that is teachers learning and teaching and students learning, and therefore monitoring and reflecting on both sides of this uh, coin, and this requires improvement, and this requires improvement in our skills of monitoring and reflection, of course. And if we do all these things carefully, obviously that will improve in teachers teaching and of course students learning. Now, uh, why all these characteristics we are discussing over here? If we go through the researches, outcomes of researches conducted regarding qualities of good teachers and good sessions, learning sessions, the main or frequently coming outcomes are: number one, a desire to share his or her, that is teacher,
Hello, ma'am. You are not audible.
hello,
Hello, ma'am.
my screen is visible.
No, ma'am.
Oh,
You have to share again, ma'am.
yes, I'm
Hello.
hello, is it visible now?
Yes, ma'am. Screen is visible now.
Okay, and it is in power display mode.
Yes. Now it is on the full screen mode. Yeah, ma'am.
Okay, and now the screen is having that Ramsden says statement.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so if we go through the characteristics of good teachers or good sessions conducted, also requires appropriate use of technology for concept clarification, proper illustrations for abstract concepts. There are a number of abstract concepts. Mm, Good teachers speak clearly and with appropriate speed. This is also a characteristic which is found as an outcome of a number of researches. Of course, friends, this list is not an exhaustive list. Many other qualities are also can be added. Now, you may be surprised that why I am saying all this, because number of participants may be having a large experience also. Mm, but why I am saying here all this, because we teachers are required to believe in a sentence which is very important. uh, Learning to teach is a lifelong endeavor. Very important statement. Learning to teach is a lifelong endeavor, because generations are changing, students in front of us, they are changing. The content which we teach from over the years also gets changing. Many other new concepts are coming in the syllabus. So this is a lifelong endeavor. Number of teaching strategies are coming. Use of technology is required. So there is a, every day we have challenge, and we are expected to learn how to teach effectively. Of course, experiences are a great way of learning in any occupation. However, it requires much more than experiences when primary subject of work are persons. That is, in case of teaching learning process, primary subjects are our students. Even if we are working with management, leadership, curriculum, syllabus, the primary subjects in the field of teaching learning is they are our students. And as human beings, they have number of different characteristics. They have different genetic pool, they have different socio-economic status, and the environment in which they are brought up, everything is different. But still, one thing is common: when we are as teacher in our classrooms, all are students. And with that particular concept, with that particular thread, we have to plan our experiments, we have to plan our learning strategies, teaching strategies. And
थोडक्यात बायको म्हणजे एक बंदर असतं नवरा नावाच्या गलबतासाठी. फार मूर्खाट विषय दिसतो हा. हे गलबत शिड उभारून साता
Hello, ma'am.
hello,
Yes, ma'am.
is it visible? I'm not doing anything, still something is happening.
Yes, ma'am. Your slide is visible now.
Okay, okay. Now, when we are considering teaching learning process and experimentation in our teaching learning process, we are supposed to uh, uh, conduct experiments. Of course, we all teachers are conducting experiments in our classrooms. That's why we are good teachers. Becoming good teacher requires everyday experimentation, continuous experimentation. The only thing is we are not documenting what we are doing in our classrooms. Now, if we consider a research, we all know that research is a key to empowering and generating educational growth and insight. But this is not only objective of research, that is knowledge generation. Another aspect of research is used to get insight in the process of teaching and learning. And as displayed here, research uh, can be considered in these three ways, that is for degrees, MPhil and PhD in our own subject or discipline, research for grants or research funds. Of course, they are also conducted in our own subjects, or as now uh, as focused in new education policy, interdisciplinary, or it may be multidisciplinary in future. Uh, but the third aspect, that is when research is conducted for better teaching learning process, it is called as action research. Now, action research is not considered only for teaching learning process. Action research is a research conducted by any practitioner. Any practitioner. It can be conducted by nurses or any practice wherever, law, medicine. So any practitioner can conduct action research for betterment. And when research is conducted for betterment of teaching learning process, it is called as action research in teaching learning process. So even if you many of you may have completed your PhDs in your own subjects. I know few of your names of your subjects because I started my career as a physics teacher in pharmacy college for D pharmacy course, when their students were getting admission after 10th standard certification. So but conducting research in our own subject and conducting research in classroom, they are different. But since we have opted this noble profession of teaching, we should be aware that how can I conduct research, and how can uh, I mm, mm, prove myself as a good teacher, best teacher. So, action research is a key component in our teaching learning uh, process. Now, the action research, it has two focuses: study and enhancement of one's practice. For this, teacher can plan and conduct action researches. And another focus of action research is teachers view as researcher or critical of their own practice. So, with these two views, action researches can be planned. Now, when we are talking about action research process, how action researches are conducted by strong teachers, strong educators. So, research is not just the domain of an expert outside the classroom. If we consider some decades back, all uh, all all researches regarding teaching learning process are conducted by outside experts, and we all know that When we are in our classrooms, teachers and students, what is happening there is not clearly known to outside experts. So, for the clear picture, clear observations, correct observations, teachers should be experimenters, and then only it can be clearly considered is a thought of thought behind action research procedure. So if experiments are conducted, implemented by outside experts, the classroom is like black box, and whatever happening inside is known to teachers and students only, and that is the key aspect of action research component. So it is also the domain of teaching professional. If teaching professional takes it, conducts it, administers it, and documents it, that may give us a clear picture of what is happening inside our classrooms. Action research is interactive cycle. It starts with a question, that is research question regarding anything regarding teaching learning process, and then observations, reflections, actions, and if the question is solved, it will be stopped. Otherwise, if the question is not solved, it will consider another answer. And if we compare this with the process of scientific thinking, it is matching with all those steps. That is research question, probable answers, selection of most probable answer, implementation of the selected answer. If the question is solved, stop the procedure. If it is not solved, then consider another hypothesis, another probable, next probable answer, and the cycle may go on till the problem is solved. And we all know that we are doing all these experiments in our classrooms from many days, many years, but many of us are lagging in documentation. We are not doing proper documentation. And I would like to share this statement with you all, that is, good teachers are good researchers. If they were not, they would not be good teachers. Only thing is, uh, documentation process is, uh, we are lagging in, and it is required, uh, since we need proofs. I'm sorry, but is it visible to all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry.
It's okay, ma'am.
According to Henson, action research helps teachers develop new knowledge directly related to their classrooms, promotes reflective teaching and thinking, expands teachers' pedagogical repertoire. Now, pedagogical is a term which is used to consider when we are dealing with our um, teenager students. When we are working with uh, adults, the term andragogy is used. And if you get some time, please just get information regarding the term andragogy. Action research puts teachers in charge of their craft. Action research reinforces the link between practice and the student achievement. Very important. Reinforces the link between practice and student achievement, because we all are doing everything in our classroom for our students' achievement. It fosters an openness towards new ideas and learning new things. It gives teachers ownership of effective practices. Now, when we study regarding action researches conducted in classrooms, we get various labels for researches conducted by teachers: action research, practitioner research, collaborative inquiry, critical inquiry, self study, teacher research. Then classroom research by teachers, practical research, anything teachers do to collect data, informal research, research with the goal of developing the situation and the researcher. So these are the different levels given to the teacher researches which teachers do in their classrooms. Now, action research philosophy. When we conduct researches, whatever our subject is, physics, chemistry, botany, pharmacology, pharmaceutics, whatever, when we come to action research, the same research methodology is to be considered, and the philosophy of that action research is: in action researches, teacher as researcher, and these researches are mm, conducted with the objective of educational reforms, of course. Action researches encourages teachers to be collaborators in revising curriculum. So this is not only only purpose that classroom interaction study. These can be conducted with the aim of curriculum revision also, improving their work environment, professionalizing teaching, developing policy. So all these can be achieved when we plan good action researches. Action researches can be used as an evaluative tool which can assist in self evaluation, whether the self be an individual or an institution also. Now, action research is a flexible spiral process which allows action, means change or improvement, that is the focus of that action, and research, that is understanding or generating knowledge, to be achieved at the same time. So if these are the concepts involved in action research methodology, then I think every teacher will be motivated to conduct, to plan, to conduct and to implement their action researches. Now the question comes into force is how. It is just like scientific thinking method. Number one, step number one, we can see over here. Number one, identifying an issue and developing a research question. It may be regarding understanding of a difficult concept or student behavior or student thought process or teacher thought process or related to assessment or related to any step in solving any kind of question. So identification of an issue is a key term in action research, as in every research. And once it is identified, then learn more about your issue. What does research show? So, as usual, what we do in researches, as usual, learn more about issue, conceptualize the research problem, and what does research show. So, if already something is done, what related literature is reflecting regarding that particular issue will be your second stage, and third will be developing a strategy for study. So number of possible solutions, then selection of most probable solution, and then implementation, that is a strategy development for of that particular selected solution. And now the fourth step will be gathering and analyzing data. After implementation of that strategy, gather or collect data, analyze it, and then take action and sharing your outcomes. So when pre and post status is compared, and if you feel that your developed strategy is proved useful, then then try to disseminate with other teachers, other classrooms, so that the effective strategy will be shared, will be disseminated in your student community, teacher community, and will be used by others also. This is the way in which action research can be conducted. Slide is visible to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now how action research is little differentiated from formal research. The formal research is having predetermined expectations, because we plan our aim and objective first, and then we expand our research proposal, But in case of action research, it is exploratory. We have to explore what is the issue, and then we have to conceptualize that issue and start our research process. Outcomes of formal researches are generalizable, and in case of action research, outcomes are context specific, because classroom in Pune and classroom in Gadchiroli and Nandurbar may have some context specific differences. So, may or may not be generalizable, but generalizable after number of revisions and repetitions of the same experiment in different situations. Formal emphasis of formal researches is on validity and reliability. On the contrary, emphasis on insightfulness, why the problem was there and how it has affected my students and what can be done to solve this particular problem, is emphasis in action research. In formal researches, focus is on contribution of knowledge, and in action research, the focus is on addressing immediate concerns. To solve immediate problem is a focus. Goals of action research, if we consider deeper understanding of specific context, as we have seen in previous slide, greater awareness by teacher researcher, because teacher is a part of that classroom, and not only testing solutions, objective findings, and widely applicable theory. Establishing widely applicable theory is not a goal of action research. When we are coming to the focus, that is how the action research situation is to be identified. So these questions may help teacher friends regarding that handling that particular situation. What are you curious about? Then what would you like to know reasons for? What gaps are there between your current performance and your ideal performance? That means if teacher is highly motivated, he or she can easily understand difference or gap between expected and observed. Expected and observed, if there is a gap, there is a lot of opportunities to conduct action researches and try to minimize the gap between expected and observed performance, that is current performance and ideal performance. Why do your students behave the way they do? So behavioral patterns also can be a topic of action research. Why do your students believe as they do? So beliefs can be studied, attitudes can be studied, and efforts can be done to change their attitudes in a positive way. So this also can be done. Now, stages in action research. As already seen in that 5 points slide, the same steps are here. Deciding on focus, that is an area you want to understand more deeply, not necessarily a problem. The area, first of all, you should be able to identify brief area, broad area. Deciding on the type of data that sheds light on focus. So what kind of data you expect in your research is also very important thing, and that should be considered while framing your action research.
Hello, ma'am. Ma'am, please unmute yourself.
Yes, is it visible now?
Yes, it is visible, ma'am.
I'm sorry.
But,
Yes.
ma'am, full screen mode. Please on your full screen mode, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, my machine is not responding and nobody is for repair nowadays. That is the problem.
Yeah, ma'am. We can understand. It's okay, ma'am.
Is it visible now?
Yes, ma'am. It is visible.
So these are typical areas of action research: teacher talk, interaction between teachers and students, student talk, student behavior on tasks, student attitudes and beliefs, as already discussed. For effective teaching, we can have action researches regarding teachers planning or preactive thoughts, task analysis, regarding achievement of educational outcomes which are previously planned, planning for effective teaching, that is interactive stage of teaching, specifying the instructional goals and objectives, pre-assessing the learners, Benjamin Bloom's taxonomy. So these can be areas for action researches regarding important learning principles and classroom management. We can have researches. We can have action researches regarding important learning principles, that is task description, perceived purpose, appropriate practice, knowledge of results, motivation, individual differentiation, and a related differentiated instruction we can plan, manage, and implement. Developmental awareness. So these are the areas in classroom management, that is productive management, managing the behavior of students, minimizing boredom and frustration, creating conducive learning environment, student centered instructional approaches. So these can be topics of uh, action researches when mm, teacher plans regarding action researches.
Madam, your screen is not.
Just wait.
ma'am. Hello, ma'am. Ma'am, please unmute yourself. Hello, ma'am. Ma'am, I request you to please unmute yourself. Hello, ma'am. Ma'am, your screen is visible, but your voice is not audible, ma'am.
Hello.
Ah, yes, ma'am.
Okay, so now typical instruments used in action research. If you plan for observation, video recording, then of course you use, if you select video recording, description and transcription is needed afterwards. Audio recording, transcription is needed. Observation sheets can be used. Observation notes can be used. Students' work, that is essays, tests, etc. Asking questions, keeping diaries, interviews, questionnaires. So these are the typical instruments which can be used in action research. So if we come to the actual process of action research, action and then critical reflection on the effect of that action, these are the two important aspects of action research. And if we consider the process in detail, once action is planned, is implemented, then critical review is another aspect of the process of this critical reflection process, which is at a core of action research. And then the planning for next cycle. So this will be a critical reflection cycle will be a continuous process. It will be a continuous spiral till the problem gets solved. Now, these are four beliefs underlying action research. First one is teachers should have opportunity to professional engage in professional growth. Teachers wants to improve their practice and need data to do so. So data is always important aspect. Given the opportunity and resources, very important, given the opportunity, because always we teachers are always in hurry of syllabus completion. And if somebody tells us regarding this kind of experiments, there is a first question in our mind that whether this experiment is feasible or not feasible.
Madam, you are not audible. You are not audible, madam.
How this is becoming? I don't know. Okay.
Now it is okay.
Okay. So it is not necessary that every research should give generalized outcome. Research aimed in this particular aspect, that is action research aspect, is for problem solving. Immediate problems are to be solved by using action researches.
Excuse me, madam. Your screen is not visible now.
Okay. Now?
No, ma'am.
No? Okay. Okay.
Hello, ma'am.
Just wait, just wait.
Yes, ma'am.
Because every time I have to go back and open that folder. Is it visible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this is for those who have not done their researches in their own subjects or for some any project. Some novice teachers may be in the group. So this is action research proposal outline. If you plan for your action research, how your proposal will be developed. So first introduction, then problem statement, objectives of research, hypothesis of the research or research question. These should be on the line of probable research and problem answers of the research questions. Summary description of intervention considering probable context and review supported. Review of related literature, if any. Then you write research methodology, that is method of research, sample. Of course, a whole class will be your sample, or in some situations, some cases, some students may be your sample on which you are implementing your intervention. Data collection tools, how you will be collecting your data, whether it will be qualitative or quantitative, and which tools you will be using, observation or interviews or questionnaires or any other things, video recording. Detailed description of intervention and data collection procedures. After that, you mention how you will analyze your data under data analysis. And then for documentation purpose, chapter 1 will be introduction, chapter 2 will be review of related literature, chapter 3 will be plan and procedure, chapter 4 will be data analysis, and chapter 5 will be conclusions. And by the end, you write your time schedule and if you have some monetary expenses, that monetary planning also to be uh, included. Then the if you plan your action research, and if you uh, mm, write your proposal, some skills are required for any researcher. And if you are action researcher, these are, at least these are required: planning research, doing research, and that will also include the need to conduct deep research on the topic. So probing is expected over here. Data collection tools, data collection skills and data management skills are also required, because data management includes the organization of data, tabulation of data. Then if there are extreme cases are there, why they are extreme. So every case is important when we are dealing with action research. Otherwise, in any quantitative research, you know that we just remove outliers, but in our action researches it is not expected, because every student is important, and therefore every different case is also to be considered separately. Analyze such each score and data it contains, synthesize the material and evaluate it. Data analysis skills and report writing skills. So these are the skills required for action research. Then research report structure. Research report structure, the first part will be title pages. So on title page, title, author's name, institutional affiliation. Then preliminary pages, it will include declaration by uh, research researcher, that is teacher. Certificate, if any, if it is a institutional project, institution will also give certificate. Acknowledgement, content or index will be included, list of tables, list of figures. Then main body of the research report, that we will consider afterwards. After main body, references and appendices. So this is a general structure of research report, and the main body includes at least five chapters, that is four chapters. That is, number one, introduction. Then it includes statement of problem, background, review of related literature, purpose and rationale of the action research undertaken, hypothesis. Then method and materials, second chapter. Subjects, the description of your subjects, students is important. Their geographical description is also important. Context is important. Apparatus or instrumentation, what is your apparatus, if questionnaire is there, how it was constructed, which are the aspects included in that questionnaire, why they were included. All this information is required under this heading. And the procedure, how the experiment was conducted. Then results, tables, figures as appropriate. And uh, if there is requirement of author note, it can be also added. Statistical presentation, t-test can be used, which is very easy, and it will give you different significance of the difference between mean scores on pre-test and post-test for the effectiveness of your intervention. Then fourth is discussion, that is support or non-support of hypothesis, that is acceptance or
एक
rejection of
काम
hypothesis.
मॅडम किती सायलेंट भेटते
Then
सात आठ
practical
पिढ्या
and
आता नाही
theoretical
10 पिढ्या झालं असतं ती डिस्कनेक्ट झाली 50 शेअर नाही करता येत आहे
application.
150
Then conclusion of the research. Now if we consider any research report, it should be typed, systematic, it should be orderly presentation, it should be nicely articulated and handwritten or maybe typed in these days. Now, skills for research report writing. Analyze information sources, search for credible information sources. Nowadays, it is very easy using internet. Careful research trustworthy sources, analyze each source and data. So validity of the source is very important aspect. Therefore, cross referencing is a very important tool for this particular aspect. Then evaluation. Brainstorm original ideas and avoid plagiarism. So, for original ideas, brainstorming sessions can be conducted before finalization of intervention. So, teachers can consider in their peer teachers, or even students can be included. Then, writing as a learning process. Report writing is a learning process actually. Construct arguments in a logical manner, acknowledge criticism and weaknesses in writing, synthesis ideas. It should be a nice flow of information, why the research was conducted and how it was conducted, and what is outcome of this particular research. Then facilitate self reflection on the process, content, direction, or context of the study. Then next is skills for a research report writing. Continued, it requires learn to focus on the key issue. So key issue should be at your focus. Investigate the topic or hypothesis. Review lots of articles, documents, publications. Keep in mind, focus in the right direction. Very important. Then keep in mind that you are writing this research report with a very purpose of communication, dissemination of your research outcomes to student community, researcher community, or teacher community. And therefore use proper pictures, because or graphs or tables, because one picture may be worth of 1,000 words. Use of visual techniques, graphs and tables. Adjust your tone and vocabulary according to the various audiences coming from whole range of backgrounds, and therefore use simple words in research report writing. Then examine the problem, find effective solution after weighing all the pros and cons. And if all these are included in your research report, obviously your action research outcomes will be disseminated to the students and teachers and researcher community in a very effective way. So I with this I hope uh, at least some of you will plan to undertake action researches in your classrooms, and you will definitely succeed in improving your teaching learning practices, because we all are doing for betterment of our students who are our uh, future citizens of the nation. So all the best to all of you. Thank you very much. Very sorry for frequent interruptions, but it was beyond my control. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for sharing your deep knowledge with us. Now the session is open for question or the discussion. Do you have any doubt or queries? You can ask to ma'am. Anyone having any doubts?
This means two indications.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am, for giving your valuable insights on importance of
Thank you very much.
teaching learning process, grants and research funds. Also, wonderfully, you have explained the good teachers and the good researchers relationship, action research philosophy, also difference between the action research and the formal research. Ma'am, I'm sure your address will help our delegates in understanding the significance of research skill development and action research. Hope we will get the opportunity to hear you in future also. Ma'am, I request you to kindly accept this virtual bouquet on behalf of convener Dr.
Thank you very
Chaudhary
much.
Sir, Principal, Modern College of Pharmacy, Nigri,
Thank you.
Pune, and Coordinator of STTP, Dr. Atul Phatak Sir, Professor, MCOP, Nigri, Pune, as a token of appreciation.
Thank you very much. Nice flowers.
Kindly accept your certificate also, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you once again, ma'am, for spending your valuable time with us. Have a good day, ma'am.